QR bisects PQS. So the first thing you would do here is you would add arcs to your picture, because that's the symbol we use for angles to show that two angles are congruent. Arcs. Okay, PQR is 2x squared, and RQS is 7x plus 15. I know why you asked about this one. It's because it's a quadratic, isn't it? You didn't need help with the angle stuff. You needed help with the algebra stuff. Okay, so let's set up an equation. We are not going to add them together. That's the biggest mistake students make. They put a plus sign between those two expressions, and really you have nothing to equal it to when you do that. They're equal, they're identical twins, they're congruent angles. So we set them equal. Then you bring everything to one side, because that's what we always do when we factor. You get your parentheses ready, 2x and x, because honestly that's our only choice when we have a quadratic with a leading coefficient, 2x and x. Okay, so we need things that multiply to get 15, so we go to the side. 5 and 3, 15 and 1. Now we get to double one of those. We get to double, and we need to make a 7 out of it. So let's play around with that. Okay, if I double 5, I get 10. Could I make a 7 out of a 10 and a 3? Ding, ding, ding. So the 5 is the one that gets doubled, and this is the pair that wins. If the 5 is the one that gets doubled, I need to put it in a spot where it's going to get multiplied by the 2 when we FOIL. So the 5 is going to go there, the 3 is going to go here. 5 and 3, those are our factors. Now we figure out the signs. We want it to be a negative 7. So we need the 10, whatever's going to turn into the 10, to be negative. So this needs to be negative because it's going to turn into 10, and this one can be positive. Then we set these equal to 0. X minus 5 equals 0. 2x plus 3 equals 0. That's always the last step when you factor. So x is, let's see, add 5 to both sides, 5, and subtract 3 and divide by 2. If you want to put negative 1.5, there's nothing wrong with that. I usually leave it in fraction form. It didn't say to find x. It said to find the measure of PQS. So you have to plug it in. What I would do is just plug it into one of them. You can pick either one. I would plug it into one of them, and I would just double it. Okay? So we would do 7 times 5 plus 15, and then I would double it times 2. 100. And then I would do 7 times negative 3 halves plus 15, and I would double it. There's a big difference there. So it's either an 100-degree angle or it's a 9-degree angle. Next up is number 9. This one is kind of an odd one, but I have a feeling you'll see that again. I can't remember. True or false? Any figure made up of 2 rays is an angle. And you could really interpret this different ways. This is just saying, can you make a figure with 2 rays and it not be an angle? So, I mean, technically I could have a figure. Here's ray A, B, and then here's ray, I don't know, C, D. And that's my figure, and I've got 2 rays, but I don't have any angles at all. So that one's kind of silly, but you're just trying to, anytime you can think of a way to make it false, then that makes the whole statement false. Okay, so number 12. A point in the plane that is not in the interior of the angle must be in the exterior. So let's talk about point B in my picture. Is point B inside my angle? No. Is point B outside my angle? No. It is on my angle. So this is saying if it's not inside, then it's outside. But we're saying no, it could be inside, it could be outside, or it could be on the angle. So it's false.